If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Speaking of getting along, a gentleman I've been able to get along with for years is CEO of the Greater Coosa Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, Tom Roberts. Tom, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. We always got along, except when you were driving to a road game.
That's right. And it could be trouble, that is for sure. Hey, take a look at the photo that we've got this morning showcasing Highway 280. And I think we've got to explain that a little bit right there.
Okay, Boyce Wright has one of those things that flies around, what do you call those things? Yeah. And takes pictures.
Drone.
He's got several of them, but basically this is the look from the Sylacauga direction and what it's going to be doing, I think. But anyway, there you see the reddish clay part right there. That's where the Fayetteville Highway is coming through. And it is being leveled off because there's a rise there of the bridge, and that's going to allow them to they'll finish that paving part. They've already finished the paving on the other side of it down the slope. Then they'll pave this side over here and open that section up for new traffic, the one that's in the right side lane of the old highway. Then they'll do that one, then move over to the far side. But they are on schedule, actually a little bit ahead. The weather is cooperating, and that was the only real thing to keep it from being a month to 6 weeks. So I feel very confident that they'll be opening back up that portion of the road. But the problem is there's going to be a little navigation problem, and when you come up that direction, as I see it, they haven't explained it this way, but the reality is I think you're only going to be able to go right off the Fayetteville-Childersburg Highway, and then have to come back around to go the other direction because there's just no place for them to go until they get the next section done. So it's getting interesting. It's progress, and the timing is impeccable because it's not just people slowing down or bottlenecking around the bridge project. We have a lot more traffic. Traffic is growing by leaps and bounds. It's stretching out earlier to later. And Highway 280 through Childersburg especially, but on through Oak Grove and Sylacauga is up tremendously over, say, 10 years ago. So that's the biggest reason for this project, is get it done while we have the room to move. But they're raising it for the railroad to pass through bigger double-decker cars through there.
And Tom, it's
also to widen the intersection and prepare themselves for the extra traffic.
Yeah, it's something that was a must. We had to do this.
Absolutely. Now, the bridge was older, but it wasn't so old that it was a danger. But how long before it gets there? So all the pieces of the puzzle, the railroad, the widening of the intersection, the increase in traffic, and the age of the bridge all came together at once. And there are going to be some other changes along that route from the River Bridge all the way to the 231 exit off of 280. A lot of the crossovers are going to go away. A lot of them will have the speed up and slow down lanes, the left turn lanes, and all such as that. So it's going to be an adventure, to put it mildly, but it will be safer and allow traffic to move more smoothly. Couldn't help but notice one of the things that has come out of Sylacauga is the State Highway Department has said, it's your problem, you deal with it. The lighting right there above on 280 and below on 231. And
it's got to be addressed, really.
Oh, it does, and it's not as difficult as most people think, and the proof of that is what's going on right now in Childersburg. 772 of the street lights are being replaced, including a long stretch there through Childersburg on Highway 280. that are making a literal night and day difference. Mm-hmm. Those lights are so much brighter. They had a few little issues with the daylight sensors to turn them on and turn them off, but they have corrected that and are moving right along. 3 to 4 crews every day working as weather permits, and they're making progress. And most of the reviews are in. and say, well, one guy did complain a little bit. He said, I thought somebody was parked outside shining their lights in my house, but it was just the street lights. So it's good for a lot of different reasons, but addressing it with those new LED lights is actually a pretty simple process, and it's not that expensive. And I know that Alabama Power will work with them on that. The Utilities Board will work with folks on that. And so it's an easier fix than most people realize, and a lot less expensive than it was, say, 10 years ago. So that's a big, big plus.
What else you got going on in the Childeberg area?
Well, so much. We have hit a stretch here. I did a story on our web page and shared it to our Facebook page about a growing list of places where we're going to have to use those brand new ceremonial scissors for ribbon cuttings. We've got 3 that are definitively on the schedule for this month, 2 more that'll probably be a little bit later in February or early March, and then 3 or 4 more to follow that, and several more to follow those. So we're getting on a busy streak, but this weekend on Saturday, the Loft, which had been down at adding spaces and off the beaten path, is moving to Highway 280, 33606 Highway 280. They're going to be in Brandon Gallery next to the hair shop. They, among so many other things, they repurpose and upscale new and used furniture, plus all sorts of different home decor. And she's excited and getting all those things put together inside the store right now. They'll open their doors for business and have a ribbon cutting this Saturday at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Not 9:59. We're not going to let you in a minute
Top
early.
of the hour.
Yep, top of the hour. We're going to be doing that. And then the next Saturday, we have a business that has worked hard for a while now to get ready, and they are now open for business, and it fills a huge gap in our local retail market. It's called Max Beauty Supply. We have several of them here in Sylacauga, and they're busy places, but nothing like it in Childersburg. And even before the word gets out, she's creating a lot of traffic over there on Coosa Pines Drive, which is Plant Road, right as you come behind the service station there. 107 Coosa Pines Drive. Theirs is going to be at 11 o'clock the next Saturday. That's February 16th. And then First Street Pharmacy has opened up on Highway 280 inside Piggly Wiggly in Childersburg. They'll be cutting the ribbon with a big all-day
Who's
celebration.
doing that?
Her name is Jennifer Darabaras.
Okay.
Stamps, I think it is. I just know her as Jennifer, and the Darabaras because of an old friend that was in JC's with me here, Lynn Darabaras. That's the part that sticks in my head.
Okay.
But, she's a vivacious young lady working hard, and business is steadily growing inside there. But she'll be cutting the ribbon, already open, but cutting a ribbon on February 28th. That's a Thursday at 12:15 p.m. Want to make sure people that get off for lunch at noon have time to deal with that last customer and come on over for that. But they'll have some other celebratory things going on throughout the afternoon, and including something health related. She's arranged to have the Life South blood mobile down there, and that's the outfit that supplies our local hospital. So it's that's important. We've got our banquet, our annual awards banquet coming up on Thursday, March the 7th, 6 p.m. in Margie Sanford Hall at CACC. We'll have some good entertainment. We'll have up-to-date reports on the state of the city and state of the town for Oak Grove and Childersburg, plus passing out all those wonderful awards, and including new inductees for the Hall of Fame. And I'm sitting on something right now that I hope is going to blow the roof off of that part of it, but we're absolutely, positively guaranteed to have somebody that's hugely deserving of the Hall of Fame induction. Our vendor applications for Coosa Fest are about to go out. I hope I get that today out to our recent vendors.
What month is that?
That is going to be in April.
Okay.
We're still not sure exactly when we're going to have the that normally follows a week or two behind Coosa Fest, the Grits Festival. They overbooked as a wedding venue, and so they're having to move a few things around and figure out where they can fit. Tentatively right now, that's going to be on the 27th, tentatively. They'll make a final decision this coming Monday night for the Historical Commission, but hopefully that's where it's going to land. Ours is going to be April the 13th. Both of those are Saturdays, and already lining up a lot of good vendors, and we'll have the vendor application up on our Facebook page today and get the others out as we can.
Is that Tuesday night, Mike night? Is that still going on? Or?
Yes, it is. In fact, this week last night was a little bit better than it had been.
Better weather, yeah.
Better weather, but it's going well,
Okay.
and a lot of good talent. Some not so great, but they got to get a start. Sometimes you're.
Why did they boo you and I?
Well, because we're
not good?
lousy.
Okay.
Well, we both sing professionally at the funerals of unliked people, so everyone will cry. They won't leave a funeral, but they will cry when they hear us sing.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
not pretty, I'll give you that.
What else is happening?
Well, that isn't enough. I'm just trying to keep up with all the other new business opportunities that are coming. We have a new industry. The Material Systems Incorporated will be opening up sometime in March. That's a biggie. American Metals Group is growing by leaps and bounds as fast as they can hire. Pretty much the same thing at New Steel and Resolute.
Job training is still going on there?
Absolutely. In fact, we have, I wish I could remember a name. I should have written it down. CACC has a new dean of workforce development, and I can't speak for the people in Alexander City, but we're going to keep that joker busy around here, because that's a real key. A lot of the people that have taken thousands of new jobs in South Talladega County choose to work here but live across the river because our housing and a few other issues are not quite up to that same standard, and we've got to work on those. But in the meantime, we can grow more of our own, and that comes through workforce development and training. And right now, those places that I just mentioned, there's literally well over 1,000 good-paying new jobs that are sitting waiting on people, and we have to get them trained and ready to work ready. And that's why CACC. I was on the state community college group along with CACC. Let's address this as you're doing a great job, but let's address this as strongly as we possibly can, because we just have too many jobs wanting folks to work, and they're good paying jobs. We have to get those people job ready. It's an extremely important aspect of industrial growth. We have to fill the jobs we have as we bring in new ones. And
Great problem to have. Right?
That's a nice problem to have, but problems are problems, whether they're nice problems or not.
Right,
You'd rather have those problems than others, but we still have a lot of work to do to maximize this. And I think the business community as a whole, people who are willing, both regional and national chains, along with mom and pops, they're investing in the South Talladega County community in general, Childersburg specifically right now. That's an important aspect, that they are bullish on what we can provide as far as attracting a large crowd of people from the very populated area that surrounds us, and that's why our name is the Greater Coosa Valley, to reflect the fact that together we have a lot more, and together we can do better.
All right, man. Let's do it again next week.
Thank you.
Tom Roberts, the Greater Coosa Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, our guest every Wednesday morning here on Daybreak Live.